Chancellor Point, Jeanette Armstrong, Dr. Teresa Arsenault, Chief Dr. Clarence Louis, Chief Byron Louis, Chief Keith Crow, Chief Lynn Duck, West Bank First Nation Councillor Jordan Coble, Chief Greg Gabriel, Kelowna City Councillor Mohini Singh, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors, the Senate, faculty, staff, alumni, and most especially you, the graduates, your families and friends, and everyone joining us here at the Okanagan campus or via the online webcast. Welcome to the University of British Columbia's graduation ceremony. My name is Deborah Buzzard, and I am the Interim President and Vice Chancellor of the University of British Columbia, and it is an enormous pleasure to be with you all this afternoon. I'd like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Syilx Okanagan people on whose traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory we are gathered. Please join me in reflecting on the importance of understanding the histories that brought us to this land and to seek to understand our place within that history. At this time, I would like to invite Amber Cardenas and Whitney Cardenas, members of the Okanagan Nation, to sing the Okanagan song.
White Haskellhalt, Yayat, Ipisnaxeluch, Tali Kinlim Tabanaskelhalt, Istemtima Twi, Margaret Kruger, Nals, Ikikwa Twi, Philip Kruger. Hello, good day to all of you and some of my relatives. Isquist Amber Cardenas, Ilkikha Whitney Cardenas, my older sister Whitney. We're born and raised in a place in our language called St. Pinkelton, but today it's commonly referred to as Penticton. Our late grandparents are Philip and Margaret Kruger, and we're here to sing the Okanagan song. The song is in our language, and what the song says is Athli Kuswiwi Numta, we are beautiful, Athli Kusukhnach Kane, because we are Okanagan, and Athlia Chai Timhulau, because this land here, or our land, is beautiful. And the reference of beauty in this song, it doesn't refer to outer physical beauty, even though when I look around and see some of my Isnaxiluk, my relatives, they're very beautiful today. And I'm so proud. So Limlimt, Kukuks, congratulations everyone, and enjoy this beautiful day. Wai'ihi.
Thank you so much, Amber and Whitney. Please be seated. We pause for a moment to give thanks, spiritual and temporal, on this important occasion. We acknowledge and pay tribute to those who are unable to join us today, remembering those who've made an impact in our lives and communities, and appreciating those who've contributed to supporting our graduates. We pause to appreciate the blessings we share and acknowledge these proud students, their achievements, their families, and friends. I now ask you to stand again, if you are able, while the band performs O Canada. The words will be shown on the screen should you wish to sing along. Please be seated. Coming together for graduation is an opportunity to celebrate all of our graduating students and their achievements. Degrees are conferred after the completion of programs and years of study, and graduates are welcomed into the UBC alumni family. Our ceremony today will include special presentations, including the conferral of an honorary degree on Suwakis Pauline Terbasket. We also celebrate the inaugural graduating class of UBC's first Indigenous Language Fluency degree, the Bachelor of Insiltion Language Fluency. I said this was a very special occasion. We are honored today for this very special occasion to be joined by a number of dignitaries and guests from the Syilx Okanagan Nation who will join with our celebration. So to begin our formal program, and in following protocol, I will now call on 3 members of our platform party to offer remarks. First, welcome Chief Byron Lewis of the Okanagan Indian Band. Chief Lewis.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's a pleasure and an honor to stand before the graduates and also the people that are visiting this, our land, so what we described as the Okanagan. And I hope people actually, the visitors and the people that live here, take the time to actually see this valley for what it was. It's a very beautiful point. And you'll never see lands where you actually have in the south where you have the Great Sonoran, tip of the northern Great Sonoran Desert, or transitions, or some of the highest mountains and some of the most beautiful valleys. This is what we call, and this is one of the words in that song that's being sung about the beauty. And this is, this isn't about, physical beauty. It's about a real inner beauty of what this place really means. And if you could actually see it for what it is, you do not live in here as a visitor. You're part of that environment, and this is a part of what you need to understand of the beauty of this place. And to everyone who's coming and visiting, thank you very much. And I hope you have a very good time. And to the graduates, all the best to you in your future endeavors. And I hope you all have a very, very good life. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Lewis. Next, I invite West Bank First Nation Councillor Jordan Coble, who is a proud UBC alumnus, to also give remarks. Jordan.
Wai pisnak sielu, iskuis charis kuntil hoas menek kan skoutela. Apenan jacken so queen mam nakim dikamach and jacken scale. We're kin limp kin skit your good yap. We isn't ya yes we sala. Kin limp. Good day everybody. Jordan Coble, I'm a council member with West Bank First Nation, but what I was explaining in my language is at the end of the day I'm just an Okanagan person, really grateful to be here to honor all the graduates, honor our language speakers, honor the families that have come to support you and have supported you along your journey to get to this point, and honor all those that came before us to set this occasion up for us. As is mentioned, I'm an alumni from this campus here. I'm very proud of that. But more so, I'm proud of the steps that have been taken since I was here, since I graduated with my degree from UBCO, in supporting indigenization of this campus, indigenization of this space, the empowerment of our language through our language program that is now achieving the first graduate class. I'm a language learner. I try to be a speaker as much as I can. And I'm just so grateful that UBCO has worked so well with Okanagan and all the other partners, NVIT, Ayala, and all the groups to get us to this point of being able to recognize the achievements of many generations that have led up to this point. And as Chief Byron Lewis mentioned, this territory is very special to us, obviously, but I hope that it becomes special to you, something that you can take pride in moving forward, recognize that we all have a responsibility to make sure that these lands continue to be healthy and prosperous for not just our children today, but the children yet to be. And again, I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates. I know it's been a journey and a half for you. I can remember the feeling I had when I was here, and I just hope that you're sharing that same kind of level of excitement and maybe a little bit of nervousness, but you really deserve to be praised today, to be acknowledged for your accomplishments, and I really wish the best for you in the future. I hope that you continue to stick around in this territory to help us create healthier communities for future generations. But with all the best intentions, just welcome to our territory, congratulations, and thank you to all the families that have supported you to get to this point. Right, Limnip.
Thank you, Councillor Coble. I'd now like to invite Chief Dr. Clarence Louie, who is an honorary degree holder from UBC and Chief of the Osoyoos Indian Band and Tribal Chair of the Okanagan Nation Alliance, to give his remarks.
Limlimt. Waikas kalachalt in our language. Hello, it's a good day today, especially for the grads and their families and all their supporters through all the years that got them to where they're at today. I have to say, go back a few years into why this day is so special, especially to the Okanagan Syilx people here and the graduating students from the Bachelor of Insilakshin, language fluency. The Okanagan language, unlike all the other languages that are in the room here today, the Okanagan language is in a critical state. You saw Jordan up here speak. Very few of our people, including me, can speak our language the way Jordan does. In all the languages that are present in this room, from overseas, you don't have to worry about your language being spoken somewhere. But as First Nations people, our language is only spoken in one territory, and that's here. And our language is on a critical list, according to experts, of not surviving or being around much further. So man, we are so proud of our first graduates here in the selection program. And going back to 2005, the Okanagan Nation welcomed UBCO to our territory. And at that time, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the ONA and UBC, and has been instrumental in our partnership in the Bachelor of Inseelection Fluency degree. Our students wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Dr. Jeanette Armstrong in the Okanagan Center and all the work, lots of work, Jeanette, that you and a handful have done. So limlimt from all the Okanagan chiefs and councils and all of our people. So many of our people. We have depended on the Okanagan Center, the cultural knowledge that you keep and others keep there. And we're so grateful that we have someone like you in our territory, Jeanette Limlimt. So today, 8 Syilx Okanagan Nation students are the first graduating cohort of the Bachelor of Inseelection Fluency program. The degree program is delivered through UBC Okanagan through an innovative partnership between the Okanagan Center and the Nicola Valley Institute, NVIT. It is the first program of this kind in the entire country to sustain and revitalize language traditions, restore language competency, and protect knowledge. And the program is led by Dr. Jeanette Armstrong. The degree program is based on a framework developed by the First Nations Education Steering Committee, FNESC, and the Indigenous Adult and Higher Learning Association, working with a consortium of First Nations. The First Nations on this side of the border in our territory, Osuyus Indian Band, Penticton Indian Band, West Bank First Nation, Okanagan Indian Band, Upper and Lower Smukameen Indian Band, and Upper Nicola Band. All of our communities, all those reserves are so proud that we have 8 Syilx Okanagan Nation students being the first graduating class here. Graduating students, Sherry Stelkaya, Osuyus Indian Band, Morning Dove Hall, Osuyus Indian Band, Jordan Bauer, Osuyus Indian Band, Candace Gabriel, Penticton Indian Band, and Noah Campy, Penticton Indian Band, Rose Caldwell, West Bank First Nation, Savannah Lewis, Okanagan Indian Band, Kathleen Michelle, Upper Nicola Indian Band. We are so dang proud of you guys. And I want to thank Amber and Whitney for bringing our song, our drum. Whenever we gather, we got to have that drum in the room. So Amber and Whitney, thank you. Big shout out for you playing our national anthem. So on behalf of all the chiefs and councils and all the First Nations people from the Okanagan Syilx Nation and the Okanagan College UBCO president, thank you for having this language program here, the first of its kind in this country, and our first graduates here, and also thanking all the other graduates, the international students that are here. You've come a long ways. Thank you for coming to our territory and learning. And go on learning and earning, everybody. Lim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Louie. And thank you all for joining us here today. This really is an historic occasion. And it's truly an honor for me to be here with you. Many of you will know I was here for quite a while at UBC Okanagan, and I'm temporarily in the role of president, but this feels like home, which is great. This is a time of joy, a time to celebrate, a time to come together as a community, whether in person or online, all of us, your professors, your family members and friends, everyone gathered here today are immensely proud of you, our graduates. It's a tremendous achievement. It's the culmination of years of hard work, persistence, and your capacity to take in and embrace information and new ideas. And as I look at you, our 2023 graduating class, I am struck in so many ways by your collective power to be a force for positive change in the world. And there is much for you all to do. Locally and globally, we see challenges and uncertainty, and at the same time, the emergence of exciting new opportunities and technologies which will change our world in ways we cannot even begin to imagine. And this is where you all come in. You're a very special class in that you have been through a period of extraordinary change. You started your studies probably before the pandemic. You adapted, you got into hybrid learning and Zoom learning, and you not only coped, clearly you have thrived. And you are here today as proof of that. And I have every confidence that your experience here, both education and all of the social parts that you've experienced, position you all for the brightest of futures. So on behalf of the University of British Columbia, congratulations to every one of you. Tuam est. I wish you all every success. Well done, class of 2023. Now, every year at Convocation, UBC has the honor of bestowing honorary degrees on individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen fields. Suwaki's Pauline Terbasket is one of those individuals, and I invite her now to step forward to receive her honorary degree. Mr. Chancellor, a member of the Syilx Okanagan Nation, Pauline Terbasket is a passionate community leader who has brought Indigenous interests and insights to the fore at diverse tables, locally, nationally, and abroad. She has positively influenced many Indigenous organizations, including the Okanagan Nation Alliance, for which she has served for the past 25 years as Executive Director. Under her leadership, the Alliance has developed increasingly strong ties with UBC Okanagan, supporting the inclusion of Indigenous perspectives in research and underscoring the importance of education with strong connections to identity, culture, and language. She has also served on the UBC Board of Governors Indigenous Engagement Committee and made important contributions towards the UBCO Memorandum of Understanding with the Alliance. Appropriately, she was also part of a committee that oversaw the addition of Indigenous symbols to the regalia of the Chancellor, President, and UBC Board of Governors, which you can see on the stage today, this lovely design. Thank you. Moreover, she is a strong advocate for righting historic wrongs through Indigenous revitalization, working across the spectrum from children and families to language and culture. Her commitment to Indigenous food sovereignty includes 2 decades of work helping restore sockeye salmon migration and spawning habitats. She is active in One River Ethics Matter, whose annual interdisciplinary conference series informs stewardship of the Columbia River on both sides of the US-Canada border, and social justice for all Indigenous tribes and neighboring communities. Her past service includes the Okanagan University College Board of Governors, the Board of First Peoples Heritage, Language and Culture Council, and board chair of the First Peoples Cultural Foundation. For her wide-ranging work, she has been recognized with the Okanagan Nation Women's Award for Leadership and the Sovereign's Medal for Volunteers from the Governor-General of Canada. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of her tireless efforts to advance the interests and insights of Indigenous people, I ask you to confer the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa upon Pauline Elizabeth Terbasket.
By the authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Suiki Pauline Elizabeth Terbasket, the title and degree Doctor of Laws honorary causa. On the dotted line. Oh my God, it's official.
It now gives me great pleasure to ask Dr. Terbasket to say a few words. Before she begins, Amber and Whitney Cardenas will join us again on stage to share an honor song. I invite everyone to stand as you are able during the honor song. And then you will speak. stage is yours. Please be seated, everybody.
That honor song is for all of you and for all of us here gathered in this beautiful building for this beautiful occasion. So take that beautiful song in your heart. Piknaksil, Wai Haskell Halt, Esquist Suikist. Let me begin by acknowledging first the elders, chiefs, dignitaries, faculty, including Laklak and Mahuya, and all the graduates, especially the Insilchin Language Program graduates. And finally, my family. You're so close. My bestie from Wapoo. Whoa. Okay. And oh my goodness, my friend, our relation, Stephen Point, years back, Powwow Trail, and here he is. That was a while ago. But highly admire the Stalo Nation and the leader that came from their people, and all the ones that are in this room this evening or this afternoon. Okay. I am not a language speaker. My mom was fluent, but she didn't teach us the language. It was her way of protecting us from the oppression that is Canada's history with Indigenous peoples. That is how I've come to understand the status of Indigenous languages across Turtle Island. What Mom did teach was the values that live within the language. She taught us the importance of family and community. Our lived experience growing up was all about our interconnectedness. There is a word in the language, snaksil. As I've been taught and shared with by many elders of those of our nation, as Clarence mentioned earlier, translation loses the meaning, but our elders will say, we share one skin, snaksil. Let's say it together. I know learning languages is tricky. I am a learner. I'm a learner too, and I try. And I'll say it first. Snaksil. All right. For many and too many years, Indigenous peoples were treated as if we didn't share that same skin. I began working for my nation when I was 14 years old. And over the years, I've worked in many capacities. All this time, fighting for our rights, fighting for our lands, fighting to keep and revive our culture and language. And through that, was blessed to know and meet many of my relations in the room today that came to witness and honor myself and each of you. My friend Stephen Point, my Auntie Norma, my sister Valerie Wabus, and many of you. Mom, you would be so happy to see us this day. This first cohort of Insilchin language graduates. What community means, what Snaksilch means, is that we need each other. Consider the colonial institution of this university. UBC Okanagan has been on its own learning journey. It has learned to build relationship with Indigenous people, which is how this language Insilchin program came about. Together, we can do great things. My role has been as a social justice advocate, really. An advocate at heart for some reason, for some purpose. Just give me an issue and I'll advocate for you. Please. This has entailed convening many difficult conversations in such adversarial times. Adversarial times in our homes, in our communities, on our reservations, and in our country. Years of advocating for our children and families, for access to a good education, for our Timuch, for our land, our Timchulau. Another teaching from my mom was, you don't quit. This is the resilience of women living through very difficult times. Matriarchs in an era of Indian residential schools. Don't quit. Hard-won advice that makes a world of difference. Part of my role with the Okanagan Nation Alliance has been to support the vision of these chiefs that share this stage this afternoon, the ones in the audience, the other elected councillors that may be in the audience, to pull our salmon back from the brink of extinction. It took years, but our nation didn't quit. And now we have salmon in our river again. And now we have 8 silk students graduating with the Insilchin Language BA program. Don't quit, Laklacht. Dr. Jeanette Armstrong didn't quit. She didn't quit in her trailblazing of our culture and language. And now we have our graduates. That's smiling Savannah. All of you, to each of you graduates, to you and your families, you didn't quit. And here you are today. There is another word in our language, Waichiap. It means we've all arrived here together. And it speaks to all the ancestors behind us who have brought us all here, all of us in this moment, in this time. I'll say it first. Waichiap. My doctorate has been 50 years of lived experience on the front lines of decolonization. It is messy work. Murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls, plus the opioid crisis. Previous to that, the high rate of drug and alcohol addictions that plagues our reservations. And so many of our children still in government care. The challenges are great, and they are growing. Clean water, clean air. But Indigenous languages hold the wisdom of our ancestors. Wisdom about connections. Wisdom about how to live without destroying our home. The significance of this first class of Insilchin graduates cannot be overstated. As we celebrate today, Mom would tell all of us to stay diligent in the work of creating our collective future in a good way. A world where we are stronger together. For ourselves, for our children, and for the people to be. Limlimt.
I'm not sure I can follow that. Thank you so much, Dr. Tabasket, for those inspirational words. I think all of us in the room today can benefit from all of the things you have said. And I really hope that we can remember not to give up and to go in a good direction together, to work together for all the things we need to change in the world. Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Leslie Cormack, and I am the principal of UBC's Okanagan campus and the Deputy Vice Chancellor for the UBC system. Congratulations to all of you. You made it. Today is a big day. This is important. You can feel it. This is an astonishing day. All of you will tell your children you are here today. I can guarantee it. I've attended many graduation ceremonies in my academic career as a graduating student, as a professor, as a supervisor, as an academic leader, and arguably most memorable of all, as a parent of a graduating student. One might think that it would grow old, that the ritual would seem overdone, but that has not been my experience. I can see your professors, your parents, your friends, and loved ones sharing this moment with you. And I know that for many of you, there are loved ones around the world who are thinking of you at this moment. The pride is palpable and well deserved. Today is a day of possibility. You've spent the last years preparing yourselves, not for this moment, but for all the rest to come, the amazing lives that you are all going to have. Your time at UBC has equipped you to excel in your future career, to help achieve your community's aspirations, and to be engaged, committed, global citizens that we need you all to be in this constantly changing world. When you think of all the students here in the room who will go out into the world and bring with them positive change, it is awe-inspiring. It's the reason that UBC exists as an institution, to equip and empower those who have the drive to change the world. But know, as you go out into the world, with this empowerment comes responsibility. You are all responsible to think rationally, to look for evidence, to find creative and innovative solutions and right injustices. Never forget that. You are responsible to always be a learner, to always be seeking the truth and justice as you move through the world. When you leave here today, please know that UBC is here to support you as you now join the ranks of UBC's distinguished alumni. I encourage you to keep in touch throughout your career and know that we look forward to welcoming you back. Graduation from university is a remarkable achievement, and I want to offer special congratulations to this graduating class for enduring and indeed thriving in such a challenging environment. As you revel in this moment of well-earned celebration, remember that our future is in your hands. Looking out at all of you, I have very high hopes for that future. On behalf of the University of British Columbia and the entire Okanagan campus, congratulations, class of 2023. I'm pleased at this time to call on Brecken Bailey, member of the graduating class, to make remarks.
Gosh, this is hard to follow up. Thank you so much, Dr. Cormack, Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, and the sea of fellow graduates. As an English major, I was told through all the years of my degree by all of my professors, some of whom are behind me, never to start an essay with a definition. But this is a speech, so I hope they'll forgive me for doing just that. The word alumnus comes from the Latin alere, which means to nourish. Alumnus itself means foster child or pupil, and I'm certain my fellow graduates and I can identify with at least one of those two definitions. Despite this, I will not say now that the pupil has become the master. If there's one thing that I've learned from my years at this institution, it is that no student ever truly becomes a master. And that is because more than our individual faculties, our disciplines, our pursuits, we are all pupils of the great journey of life. And that is a journey which no one ever truly masters. And yet, these years of our lives will not be idly shelved into the recesses of our brain to be forgotten, because while we have been here, we have fulfilled this etymology of nourishing. We have been nourished by this institution and by this education that we have received. And once again, I do not speak solely of the educations of our separate faculties, but rather the fact that we have been nourished as adults, as future leaders, as pioneers in our fields, as the giants whose shoulders will be stood on. We've learned to speak, to read, to think. Our minds, our greatest gift, have been challenged, corrected, and expanded. And that is a blessing which we will carry forward for the rest of our lives. My fellow graduates, never forget that strength of which we are possessed. That strength which we earned through years of diligence and a frankly terrible circumstance. Never forget the nourishment that we have received here. While our time as students here may be over for most of us, our relationship is far from. It has merely changed status. As alumni, as these foster children, we are now a part of a great family, a family of scholars, creators, world builders. And that's why, my fellow graduates, on behalf of Alumni UBC, I'm honored to welcome you all into the alumni family. You now belong to a community of changemakers and leaders that is almost 400,000 strong. Graduates like you, like us, who are looking to make a positive difference in the world. Go visit the alumni welcome tent after the ceremony, and we can see what it means to be a new member of the family. With this entry, we are part of a family of the most talented and skilled siblings I have ever had the privilege of connection with. Our world just got a lot bigger, and that may be daunting. But having seen the people around me whom I can now address as members of our UBC alumni family, I have nothing but confidence and excitement of what our family will make of this bigger world. Come, friends, it is not too late to seek a better world. Thank you.
It's hard to beat English major speaker. So my name is Rehan Sadiq, and I'm Provost and Vice President Academic at UBC Okanagan. I'm pleased to introduce the Award for Teaching Excellence and Innovation. This award includes a $2,000 prize recognizing outstanding teachers at the Okanagan campus as nominated by students, faculty colleagues, and alumni. The award highlights the importance of teaching in creating an outstanding student experience. It is my privilege to introduce one of the year's recipient, Dr. Fiona McDonald, from the Department of Community, Culture, and Global Studies. I invite Dr. McDonald to come forward, and I will read a short citation and present a certificate recognizing her accomplishments. Known as a leader in the educational community, Dr. McDonald leads innovative and imaginative projects and ideas to support and engage her students in new and interesting ways. Dr. McDonald encourages students to step outside of the comfort zone of traditional learning. She continuously seeks to inspire and challenge students through courses that embrace creative and applied approaches to research and are grounded in reflection and reflexivity. Inspired by the patience, passion, and perseverance of her own past instructors, Dr. McDonald seeks to bring these values into her teaching practice to support environments that encourage collaboration and creativity. Students and colleagues alike shared meaningful and inspiring stories that demonstrate Dr. McDonald's strong commitment to and passion for building community and supporting inclusive learning environments. Dr. McDonald's remarkable educational leadership has led to significant curricular transformation within Irving K. Barber Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences that will have profound impacts on countless generations of students. Congratulations, Dr. McDonald.
Lieutenant Governor's Medal Program was established in 1979 and was created to recognize students who excel in their studies and contribute to the life of their institution and community. In 2019, the Lieutenant Governor expanded the criteria and eligibility of the award to include students who have made an outstanding contribution to the promotion of inclusion, democracy, and/or reconciliation. Today, I am delighted to present the Lieutenant Governor's Medal for Inclusion, Democracy, and Reconciliation to Binta Sese, graduating from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences with a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in International Relations. I think that's you. You go there. Binta Sese has played a key role within various groups to advocate for greater equity and inclusion, with focus on supporting the Black community. Binta's dedication to creating an inclusive environment shines in her leadership and desire to advocate for solidarity. As a member of UBCO's African Caribbean Student Group, the UBC Black Caucus, and UBCO's Equity and Inclusion Office, among others, Binta has dedicated herself to the promotion of an inclusive community. She shared her experiences as a panelist for the province's Different Together Anti-Racism campaign, UBCO's You're Not Crazy, You're Not Wrong webinar, and in the Interinstitutional Forum of the Scarborough National Charter on Anti-Black Racism and Black Inclusion in Canadian Higher Education. Binta's efforts to raise awareness at UBC will continue to motivate and empower others to continue this important work. Please join me in congratulating Binta Sese on receiving the Lieutenant Governor's Medal. I know it's hard to believe, but we're now getting to the part where you can participate. So, will the candidates for degrees please rise as you're able? Very good. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting the candidates for degrees who have successfully completed their studies and fulfilled the conditions that the university has set for them. The Okanagan Senate of this university recommends them to you for the degrees that will be announced by a representative of the faculties. As each degree is officially conferred, the dean or representative of the faculty, and in the case of graduate students, the dean of the College of Graduate Studies, will congratulate the student. As each student passes the university mace, the symbol of authority of the chancellor who confers their degree, Rachel Eisen and Diana de Blair, members of the Alumni UBC, will present each student with an alumni handbook. As President Buzzard shared at the beginnings of today's ceremony, today we celebrate the first graduating cohort of UBC's first Indigenous Language Fluency degree, the Bachelor of Insiltian Language Fluency. This degree is an innovative collaboration between communities, Nicola Valley Institute of Technology, Inokin Center, and UBC Okanagan to sustain and revitalize language traditions, restore language competence, and protect knowledge of Indigenous communities. We are very pleased to have colleagues join us from these partner communities and institutions on stage to witness today's ceremony. Welcome to all of you. The candidates will please be seated. So now we're getting to the really important part, is about to start, but before we do, I want to share a few instructions with you, the graduands. Graduates will follow the instructions of the marshals to leave your seats and line up to graduate. You'll have 3 opportunities to get your photo taken. One on the floor before you walk up the ramp to the stage, One when you come on the stage and are standing over here to my right as your name is being read out, and another photo when you cross to meet the president. You'll notice that we've placed footprints on the stage for the photo opportunities to indicate where you should stand. So you stand on those footprints. Also, make sure you bring your folder with you that you've been given. You'll notice that it has a coat of arms on it, and this is very important. Make sure it's the right way up. That you don't want to have pictures forever that have an upside down crest on the picture. Everybody ready? Let's go.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Dilsora Kamil Fozilova. Dr. Fozilova studied the relationship between the secular state and Islam in Uzbekistan, paying specific attention to the repertoire of conflicting attitudes leading to the dialectical radicalization between these institutions. The government's relationship with Islam indicates the type of secularism practiced and what secular means in Uzbekistan. Dr. Fozilova. Dariel Talarico. Dr. Talarico explored a means of scaling up a private or individual practice to help people explore their political views in relation to others' views. An instrument was designed to facilitate one's inquiry in a manner that avoids tendencies toward confirmation bias and groupthink. An experimental assessment found the instrument, along with a gamified version, increased participants' willingness to politically participate. Dr. Talarico.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Nicola Campbell. Dr. Campbell studied traditional and contemporary Indigenous storytelling practices, spiraling from interior Salish to Miku, out to Indigenous storytelling practices across Turtle Island. Elders' teachings tell us that Indigenous stories are medicine. Dr. Campbell's research explores storytelling practices that inspire Indigenous persistence and renewal. Nicola Campbell. Rena Garcia Chua. Dr. Chua analyzed several anthologies of environmental poetry in terms of their treatment of place, nation, migration, and dispossession. Her analysis contrasted the stories or meta-narratives implied by the editor's selections and highlighted the role of Indigenous, Black, racialized, and immigrant poets in questioning Eurocentric constructions of environment. Dr. Chua.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Cassidy Atchison. Morgan Justina Marshall. Sharif Sonia. Samuel Thomas Frazier. Monica Isabel Gomez. Sayeda Yasaman Lotvizada. Dana Penny. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Fine Arts. Michaela Antonia Bridgemahan. Rylan Sean Broadbent. Jenna Campbell. Amberly John. Andrea Routley. Umar Taraki. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. Gabriel Christiana Austria. Edwin Fordwu. Elsa Kama Ingza. Atlin Lester Serafini. Jiang Li. Rain Light. Ken Lowe. Nathan Potter. Sydney Rowland. Emma Whitfield. William Scott Rutter. Dina Asham. Ravneet Kaur Buder. Michaela Fillion. Maya Renee Iverson. Isaac Johnson. Glenn Gordon Richards. Monica Scheffel. Lisa Ann Schooley. Kirsten Schofer. Jacob Jason Walmsley. Emily Eaton. Alyssa Christensen Hewlett. Mercedes Admiral Gassman. Carla Mather. Jasmine Mishra. Brenton Armino. Serena Chien Shen. Carlos Diaz Molina. Ian Andrew Hales. Ideen Nakchavani. Monica Lily Rampal. Tian Tian. Brendan True. Ja Chun Wee. Colton Weniger. Elizaveta Zukova. Min Buyung. M. Shabraj Shahid. Claire Tan. Chen Jiang Feng. Xiaoyu Gu. Zaira Hassan. Junyi Lin. Jinran Liu. Nadia Melinda Lupita. Mao Liu. Takara Nishizaki. Akanksha Sumanth. Priscilla Uribe Panaagua. Bilan Warsami. Jian Yan. Alexandra Azam Solomonov. Jason Yang. Aeneas Prince. Meta Caius. Ty Bradley Carton. Yao Chai Lei. Olivia Aviani. Aiden Black. Will Jiang Burkett. Andrea Egan. Abigail Rebecca Einerson. Rachel Garreau. Rochelle Hendrickson. Reese Higgins. Taryn E. Parsonage. Paige Watson. Brady Robert Wilson. Nathan Vincent Magaldi Forsyth. Eva Vanden Heuvel. Charlotte Barker. Shamila Joy Vanderhall Rose. Aaliyah Tracy Almond. Sydney Hillier. Sarah Gabriel Singson Mian. John T. Musker. Kathleen Patchell. Takara Ryerson. Kai Mandau Searle. Lucas Troy Singer Kraus. Benjamin Michael Skubiak. Emma Hayner. Luke Atherton. Daniel J. Hoffman. Olivia Lynn Rindfleisch. Marianne Zebart. Max Floyd Duknech. Gerkert Janda. Kendall Hutchison Plave. Grace Franks. Cody Isaac. Haley Lees. Jasana Jones. Justine King. Senulam Lazard. Courtney Grace Moore. Chelsea Egosase Agbanze. Louise Marie Brabant. Lucia Faba. Colby Jade Jeffries. Nairi Isabel Krasnowski. Patricia Lopez. Samaya Imani Miller. Alvin Canillo Inga. Noah Maxime Rother. Gabriela Rubio Bocanhel. Haja Mabanti Sise. Banvi Sharma. Jimena Torres Ayala. Sofia Camila Treminio. Gleb Tskankov. Jane Ipamosi Udochi. Haley Nicole Wright. Douglas Maxwell Stephen Younger. Taya Rylan Henderson. Amelia Karen Plexman. Gabriel Ryan. Eva Dale. Hirshta Chopra. Yuan Choi. Braden Gervais. Ryder Mason. Carlos Jose Real Lopez. Zidong Wu. Sheila Mbogo. Atmaza Chattopadhyay. Christine Isabella Semeniuk. Anthony S. Baxter. Fariha Hassan. Carter Benson. Amy Demarisk. William Perrin Finley. Haley Grace Forsyth. Dee Gustafson. Hope Kircher. Trevor Lee. Brendan Paul Stewart. Harrison Taylor. Alabsi Aliwa. Megan Holly Laura Johnston. Kiana McKay. Abigail Jennifer Ververda. Eve Hegadis. Simranjot Kaur Bansal. Kibuki Divina Bernard. Conrad Burton. Nicholas M. Chan. Shubangi Chatterjee. Audrey Docherty. Anne Franklin. Sierra Goddard. Nevada Napton. Amreen Kaur Mavi. Kaina Nipchi. Owen Peacock. Ava Anita Sarah. Madison Somerville. Ayla Jean Kathleen Buckberry. Krista Lee Lebordet. Margarita Lopatina. Cameron J. McKinley. Hai Nguyen Lu Tran. Ollie Skinner. Aiden Donovan. Khalees Stankoven. Helen Beverly Powers. Emma Lusu. Carrie Woolridge. Sam Grinnell. Rachel Picard. Autumn Beely. Yun Ji Lee. Cheng Xuan Wu. Marcy Costello. Marissa Thompson. Dylan McCullough. Carlene J. Rutter. Carrie Turbasket. Brooklyn Katrina Carnello. Hannah Victoria Violet Bistritz. Brecken Bailey. Zachary Sawchuk. Maggie Wildman. Abigail Weens. Savannah Babby. Hannah R. Hinter. Michaela Humeni. Catherine Keeler. Alicia Marriott. Morgan Keller Oglesby. Kendra Ostafi. Kirsten Robinson. Mila Rosav. Savannah Taylor. Krista Williams. Sierra Campbell. Carson Jonathan Niblett.
Go Carson.
Zaria Jenkins. Anna Elise Schaefer. Alexandria Jade Abernethy. Kaisa Lynn Wadsworth. Nicole Page Brown. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts. Makina Kelly Hartman. Mai Henderson. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the University of British Columbia Medal in Bachelor of Fine Arts, head of the graduating class, Josie Hillman. Jordan L. McDonald. Hai Yu Wong. Hong Yu Zhao. Chloe Jenkins. Nayab S. Master. Ekaterina Mahalchin. Delaney Vogan. Angela Wood. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Media Studies and the pleasure of presenting to you the University of British Columbia Medal in Bachelor of Media Studies, the head of the graduating class, Amanda McIver. Bella Jiang. Okay. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Intellectual Language Fluency. Jordan Catherine Ann Bauer. Shnikchat Gishmelu. Julian Rose Caldwell, Kikambichiat. Candice Gabriel Bia. Anona Fawn Campi Skaninerman. Savannah Renee Lewis. Kathleen May Michael Westelix. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the University of British Columbia Medal in Tsiolkchin Language Fluency, head of the graduating class, Sherry Ann Stilkayo, Skuhafranak.
Ken limt, ken alla il tumach oluch silks. My teachers were teaching me that. And it says, I'm happy to be here in the territory of the Silks Nation. My name is Stephen Point. My Stolo traditional name is Hulihualtol. It means Speaker of the House. And I'm honored to be the first Chancellor, Indigenous Chancellor of the University of British Columbia. Wow. My eyes are still wet. It gives me great pleasure to be celebrating with you today and presiding over this ceremony. Will all of the graduates please rise as you are able? For those graduates who have just crossed the stage today, and for all those who were unable to attend today's ceremony, with respect to the appropriate degrees as shown on the program, I, as your Chancellor, hereby admit you to the Convocation of University of British Columbia. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. As Chancellor, it has been my great honor and privilege to join you today and to have admitted you to the Convocation of UBC. All of you have invested a great deal of determination, focus, and hard work to obtain your degrees. You've had a lot of support along the way, too, from your family, your friends, and peers. Many of them are here in this hall today to celebrate with you, and some have joined online to watch. So I think this would be the perfect time to turn around and to show them your appreciation. Let's give them a huge round of applause, graduates. And let's not forget your teachers, the faculty members on stage today. Can we thank them as well? It is also my honor and privilege to welcome you as the newest members of Alumni UBC. You are now part of a global network of more than 385,000 UBC grads who live and work in 140 countries around the world. Your life's journey has brought you this far, and I'm sure you have a great deal yet to travel. I wish to congratulate you for your amazing achievement and also acknowledge your hard work and sacrifices made during your time here at UBC. And thank you for choosing our university. I want to make this comment today. That all of us, wherever you come from, whether you're members of the Silks Nation, whether you come from overseas, from Africa, China, wherever you may come from, Canadians born here. We are all on the same planet together. Everything that happens to us on a daily basis, I believe, is recorded in the electromagnetic energy that exists around the earth, that I believe is the soul of our mother. Some call it the Akashic record. This is our great library because it records everything that happens, all the things that have happened in history, everything that you do in your daily life. It's our book of accomplishments. My question to you, each and every one of you graduates, is this: what are you going to do to contribute to this great library? How are you going to make your mark in your life? If you could imagine that our great planet is like a big bus, I encourage you not just to ride along, sitting in the seat, enjoying the scenery. I encourage you to take part in planning the journey. Put out some cash to buy gas from time to time. Help make the repairs as they come along. Participate, get involved. Don't stand on the sidelines of your life and become simply an observer. Don't forget to leave your mark in your life, my dear students and graduates. This is your time now. Make the best of it. Remember that we all create our future by that which we think, say, and do. That we live in a circle and we gain that which we give out. So don't forget to give back to someone who needs your help. For it's in this giving that we manifest true happiness for ourselves. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2023 and my very best wishes to you.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Chancellor, Stephen Point, for presiding over today's ceremony, and also our President, Deborah Buzzard, for joining us for this important celebration. Let's give them both a round of applause. Graduates, you are now graduates, and guests, this brings our ceremony to a close. Thank you for joining us today. Graduates, I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have, and that all of you will be able to join us following the ceremony. Your procession will take you first to the central courtyard to reconnect with guests and take photos. We invite you to stop in the Alumni UBC tent for light refreshments with your friends and family, and to activate your new Alumni UBC app as you begin your journey to becoming part of our global alumni family. Guests are kindly requested to remain in their places until the academic processions have left the building. But wait, there's one more thing. Before we begin the procession, we have one more big moment. So parents, family, friends, platform party, this is going to be a photo op, so you might want to get your cameras ready. This is the time-honored tradition known as the cap toss. You've all been waiting for years for the opportunity to do this, so let's get it right. The keys to a successful cap toss are synchronization and altitude, and maybe a little attitude as well. I'll leave the altitude to you, but to ensure that we're in sync, I will lead you with a prompt. So, will the graduates please rise, if you're able, to prepare for the toss? Remove your caps and hold them in your hands, but no, do not toss them yet. In a moment, I'm going to wish you one final congratulations on behalf of the University of British Columbia. And when I say the word Columbia, That's your cue to toss your hat. High in the air, that altitude thing. And parents, friends, family, that's your cue to start snapping photos. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Mr. Chancellor, President Buzzard, dignitaries, friends, and family, please join me in congratulating once again the 2023 graduates of the University of British Columbia.